Shadows asleep amidst the trees. Bats all are swaying in the breeze. But one so light, anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths. For your dolly Polly sleep has flown. Don't dare let her tremble alone. For the witcher, heartless cold, paid in coin of gold. He comes, he'll go, leave naught behind but heartache and woe. Deep, deep woe. It's all silent for the night. Cows turn green as daylight dies. But when so light, anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths, my dear Dolly.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre. This is episode 2 of the Demon Files, and tonight we'll focus on Lilith. So keep watching. Okay, so I was in the wardroom. I'm just walking through to the sounds room where the other guys are. We've got Amy's there. We've had a few technical issues, so that's why we're running a bit late.
Hello.
And there's Jane.
Hi, everyone.
And of course, we've got Ant there. We'll
Hello.
have a different shot up there. Okay, then.
Doing techie stuff.
Doing techie stuff.
Techie stuff that's not working stuff.
As I was saying, we've had a few issues. It won't connect to Facebook. I don't know why. So we're just live on YouTube,
Okay.
which is what we wanted to do anyway.
Fine by me.
So, as normal, Jane has done her summoning.
Yep.
She's asked all the spirits from the centre to stand back.
Yeah.
So they're all standing back now, yeah?
Yeah.
So are you feeling anything already?
No, I'm not feeling an awful lot at the moment, but this is why we sort of do this introductory bit anyway, just to give them time to sort of materialise or manifest, whatever, however they want to do it. So in the normal format, what we do is we look at a bit of background as to the demon that we're looking at, and we try and understand where they fit into history, what they've been doing, what they're supposed to be a demon of, that sort of thing. So tonight we're looking at Lilith, and Lilith is a bit of a different one because she doesn't appear, she's not one of the 72 demons that is in the Lesser Key of Solomon, but she may have originated from an earlier class of female demon under the name of Lilu, Lilitu, Ardat Lili in the ancient Mesopotamian religion. She was found in the cuneiform texts of Sumer and Assyria and Babylonia. She's considered to be a demonic figure, and she's mentioned in the Bible. So she appears in the Bible as Adam's first wife, and there's not an awful lot said about Adam's first wife. I didn't, you know, when I was growing up, going to Sunday school, going to church, being confirmed, I didn't know anything about Adam's first wife. Didn't even know he had a first wife. So she's sort of been shunned a bit. She's sort of been shoved into the background a bit. And there is such a lot of information about her. And I'm just going to skip through really, just try and summarise some of the key points, because otherwise we'll be here all night, because there's so much information on Lilith. She appears in all the religions. So in the Bible, through Adam's wife, she was created equally with Adam, from the same clay, and she was made equal. And then when Adam wanted her to be subservient to him, she refused, and she didn't want to play that game. She was made equal. She wanted equal rights. She didn't want to be at home cooking the dinner, you know, without him doing his share. So it got a bit awkward. And then Adam went to God and basically said, she won't do as she's told, I'm unhappy. And she left. And she went and lived in a cave in the desert. And after a while, the angels did come and try and get her back. And there was 3 angels. Got the angels' names here somewhere. I'm going out of sync now. So there was 3 angels that God sent to bring her back to the Garden of Eden, and they were Sanvi, Sanvi, and Samagelath, and they tried to bring her back, and she refused. And because she did refuse, they then turned her into a demon and a witch. So she's probably one of the first witches as well that was sort of around. So the legend of Lilith developed extensively during the Middle Ages, and she was really portrayed in the patriarchal sort of religions all around the world. She really did get a tough time, and she's been portrayed as this demonic sort of baby killing demon ever since. Interpretations were found in Jewish materials, but little information has survived relating to the Sumerian, Akkadian, Assyrian and Babylonian classes of demons. So Lilith may also derive from the Mesopotamian demons as well. So in the Hebrew language text, the term Lilith or Lilith translates as night creatures or night monsters, and night hag or screech owl. So she's very much related to owls as well. So the figure of Lilith is also interpreted as a dangerous demon of the night who is sexually wanton and who steals babies in the darkness. In the Dead Sea Scrolls, the term first occurs in a list of the monsters. Jewish magical inscriptions on bowls and amulets from the 6th century onwards identify Lilith as a female demon and provided the first sort of visual pictures of her. Lilith is also included in the spirit of in the tree in the Gilgamesh story, and she's also depicted as a bird-footed woman in the Burning Relief, and I do have a picture of that there. So looking at her, you know, she's got wings. She's there doesn't seem to be an awful lot that's really bad about her. And she looks quite a nice girl to me, apart from her feet.
She sounds like a modern woman, actually.
Yeah, but she doesn't, you know, they've sort of portrayed her, apart from her bird feet, they've sort of portrayed her as sort of quite a nice person, really. I mean, she's not got horns on her head. She's not got anything that sort of looks really negative. And, you know, when I see statues and pictures of her, it does make me think at one point that she was really a person. She was really somebody that did actually live, and that she probably did a lot of good, and she probably had a lot of power. And it's why she's probably portrayed as being such a monster. So Lilith's names. And then when you sort of look across Lilith, she is interpreted to have so many different names, and she doesn't appear in the Lesser Keir Solomon, and she doesn't appear in the False Monarchy of Demons. So they're sort of in the books that we've been looking at with the other demons. In the Jewish law, Elijah met with Lilith and forced her to reveal the many disguises she used when she worked evil on mankind. He listed them as follows. So she had all these different names: Abiko, Abito, Amizo, Batnot, Ilo, Ita, Azorpo, Kali, Kia, Kokos, Lilith, Odom, Protashi, Petrota, Poda, Satrina, and Talto. And then again in the folklore of the Holy Land, she was also given these names as well. There was Abro, Amiz, Amizu, Avitu, Bitua, Ik, Ils, Kali, Kakesh, Kima, Partisha, Petrota, Pods, Rafi, and Thiltho. So in addition as well, the Dictionary of Angels adds these from different sources. So Abizu, Alo, Elu, Ardad, Lily, Galu, Gilu, Gilu, Lamasu, Zariel, and Zephaniah. So she's got all these names that seem to have been given to her for it just seems she's just such a her name seems to touch every corner of the earth.
Yeah.
And then she's also had these titles as well. These are sort of a demonic sort of titles. So she's been called She-Wolf, Queen of the Succubi, the Daughter of the Night, the Devil's Consort, the Flying One, the Grand Duchess of Eighth Hell, Maid of Desolation, the Night Hag, Nightjar, the Night Monster, Princess of Demons, Princess of Hell, and Queen of Zarmagad. So she's it seems to me that people are sort of really quite frightened of her.
Yeah.
And I think that she does have, or she did have, a lot of power. And she's been painted so black. It just surprises me how somebody through the ages could have sort of been she's constantly there, she's constantly all around in all of the religions, but they still she's portrayed as this sort of real evil monster. She's also been portrayed as the wife, concubine, and grandmother of Satan. When these three angels went to bring her back, they threatened her with the loss of 100 demon children per day while she was away. So she was supposed to have met up or partnered Samael, and he was a demon. And they said to her, if you don't come back, we're going to kill 100 of your children a day, because this was supposed to be like demon spawn, and they called it the Lilim. So she took her revenge by launching a reign of terror of women in childbirth and on newborns. She also attacked men sleeping alone. She was forced by the angels to swear that she would not attack if she saw the angels' names on amulets or on display in the area where the babies and that were. So, but this is quite interesting. After the fall, Adam spent 130 years separated from Eve. And we know we've talked about these longevity of people's lives in the Bible. So Adam split up from Eve for 130 years. But during that time, Lilith went and satisfied him during his sleep. And they had a son who became a frog. So who would have thought that was... who would have thought that would happen?
The whole kitchen of frogs to turn into a prince comes from.
So, but although she didn't appear in Solomon's the 72 Demons and the Lesser Keir Solomon, she was supposed to be in disguise as the Queen of Sheba when she went to seduce King Solomon. But he discovered her true self by getting the jinn to build a glass floor, and she thought it was water. And when she lifted her dress, her hairy legs were exposed, and he knew she was a demon. So this is another thing, you know, that she's been portrayed as being this really, really hairy woman as well. This it just I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but this is how, through the patriarchal sort of religious different levels, she's just been portrayed as this sort of hairy, baby eating, murderous, you know, who takes these young men for takes advantage of men in their sleep. So so there is so much information. One of the other interesting things about it is that Lilith appears as a succubus in one of Aleister Crowley's De Arte Magica, and Lilith was also one of the middle names of his firstborn child.
Really?
Mm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
I did know that. I didn't know the story behind it.
Yeah.
so also regarding like the Wicca and modern day sort of witchcraft worship, she's been a continuous historical figure, and she has been continually worshipped to the present day. And a name is sometimes been given as a goddess. Yeah, so she's viewed as the embodiment of a goddess. So depending on which sort of side of the coin that you're on, really, as to whether you how much. I mean, to me, she gets so much respect that she actually stood up and said, actually, I ain't doing that, cook your own bloody dinner. And then she went off and did her own thing, and then ever since then she's just been portrayed as just being, I don't believe, yeah, but it's not just sort of fizzled out though, has it? It's not sort of fizzled out and gone away. She's probably more respected and more talked about today than she ever has been. But she doesn't have any like with some of the other demons that we've looked at, you know, where they've been sort of masters of telling the truth, or like Astaroth with his mathematical things. She doesn't have anything like that. So, but I think today is a good day to try and get her to work with us, being it's Beltane, and if she's a goddess in the in some of these pagan religions as such, maybe she will come and talk to us and we can get some communication.
Okay. Do you feel anything in this room at the minute?
I'm not feeling much at all at the moment. It feels very calm, but this room is always amazing anyway. Its mood just seems quite calm, quite quiet. It doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be much here at all at the minute.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that we will get something.
Okay. So what we thought we'd do tonight is the Esther's method. I know it's got a proper technical name, but I can never remember it. The noise reduction module, the voice from the ether, and the voice reduction module. The way we're going to do it is slightly different.
Okay.
You are going to be in the sounds room with the headphones and a blindfold on.
Yeah.
Listening to an SB7.
Okay.
At the same time, we're going to put Amy in the Chamber of Fear with an SB11 running backwards.
Ooh.
And to myself will be sitting in the war room asking questions.
Oh, okay. Cool.
To see if we get any response. If we don't, we won't. We'll give it 15 minutes or so, and then perhaps we'll come in and I'll bring some dowsing rods.
Yeah.
And we'll try that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we have summoned Lilith. We've got her sigil on the table, surrounded by candles. So I'm hoping that she will come forward and talk to us, and let's just see what we get.
So we'll see how it goes. So you get your blindfold on. And we'll get this running.
Yep.
Because I don't know how to do it.
It's a bit dark in here.
Yeah, I bet you're feeling vulnerable now. Okay.
No, it's fine.
That's all.
Okay. There's
You didn't want it sweeping, did you?
no. There's your headphones.
Oh,
You should have put them on first, probably. But never mind.
You all good? Can you hear?
yeah.
You're all good. So Ben is going to change the angle of the camera. We're going to take this camera so you can see me and Ant. There, as if by magic. There's the shot of Jane.
Yes.
So we're going to leave Jane. So she'll say any words that she picks up. Okay, there's Amy. Okay, we're going to get some echo because her phone's on again as well.
I'm going to get me.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Do you want to close that door?
Okay. So we're just going to go and sit in the nice war room. We will ask some questions. Let me just close this door.
Innocence.
Not even started yet.
Okay. Let's turn the volume up so I can hear. Okay then. Is there anyone here in the seance room or the chamber of fear?
Females.
Oh.
Lights.
Okay then. Ben's just messaged me. Jane's camera is actually muted, so Ant's just going to run in there and unmute her phone, her camera. Can you tell me your name, please? Can you tell me your name?
Elvis or something.
Okay.
Lights.
Should be better.
Okay, Ant's just unmuted Jane's phone. So, will you talk to Jane, please? Can you talk to Jane?
Repentance. Dust.
Will someone talk to Jane, please? Through the white noise.
Save.
I don't think Jane said anything yet.
I don't think she has.
Okay, go. Lilith, are you here with us? Lilith, are you here with
I feel
us?
the floor moving.
Lilith, go and talk to Jane through that white noise, please.
Magits.
Yeah, I don't think Jane's picked anything up.
Magitsism or something.
I don't think Jane's heard anything yet. Can Lilith hear me? Can Lilith go and touch Jane,
Yes.
please? Is this Lilith?
Yes.
Speak through the. Yes, speak through the white noise.
Jones.
Will you go and talk to Jane, please,
Yes.
as well? Okay, go and talk to Jane so she can rip through the noise.
I've got
Help.
somebody asking for help.
What's Jane say?
Jane's got someone asking for help.
Okay. Who's asking Jane for help?
Chess.
Somebody's shouting.
Who's talking to Jane now?
Chorus. Sweet.
She's moving her head.
Yeah.
And it's
What can Jane help you with?
didn't get that.
Amy also said help at the same time then. That's good.
I've got a man called Brian who's
Just
lost.
A man called Brian.
sweet.
Brian, do you need help?
Something's around my legs. I can feel it.
That's good. It's amazing how far behind it is.
Got this.
Yeah.
Brian, do you need Jane's help?
And there's a woman shouting.
Chalice.
Janice.
There's a woman shouting now. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Who's shouting? Who's shouting so Jane can hear you?
Chess.
Okay, we'll just want to make it clear that Jane
Sister.
Jane can't hear Amy at all.
Ass.
Needs to go back to the
Man.
right. There's the lady shouting.
That's good because Jane said she could hear a lady shouting. Amy's not speaking.
Yeah.
I can't
So
hear
Jane-
what she's saying.
Jane can't hear Amy.
Smooth. East.
There's also a man called Gary.
Ibis. Good.
I can't remember Jane ever doing this before, you know.
No, she really doesn't like it, does she?
Didn't get that. Sweet.
Well, someone,
Brian,
whoever's
Brian needs to
Janice.
go back to the right.
whoever's talking, can you say the same word to both Amy and Jane? So that they both say the same word at the same time.
Cha. Feel the floor vibrating. The world.
The woman who shouted has
Soon.
started singing.
Chess.
I can't hear what she's singing.
Da.
Can you someone say at the same time to both Amy and Jane the same word?
Trade.
Can someone say to Jane and Amy the word help, please?
Bust.
Akkadian word. Okay, thanks, Louisa. Okay, you can both.
Guy was just
He's-
showing me a large water tower.
The council.
That's a bit random.
Just a bit. Bit convenient just after Jane mentioned the water tower.
Hmm.
The lady's still singing.
The lady's singing that Jane can hear. Can you sing a bit louder so Jane can say what the song is? Or can you let Amy hear you sing as well so that Amy can say? Is this Lilith singing?
Heave.
Eve.
E. Lights.
Somebody shouted.
Who's shouting at Jane? Who's shouting at Jane?
Back.
They're shouting in the darkness. And I can't see what they look like.
Who's shouting at Jane?
Stop.
No, don't. No, there's no need to stop.
I don't know.
Who's shouting at Jane?
This. Wolf.
Oh, somebody crying.
Who's crying? Can you hear me?
Me.
You can hear me.
Do you want us to talk to you?
There's a lady sitting on a log in the woods and she's
Laugh.
crying.
Is this Lilith crying?
Enough.
We'd like to talk to Lilith.
The face.
Is this Lilith?
Didn't get that. Sound like tell it. Ear.
Does Lilith exist? Is she
The
real?
woman who was
West.
singing stopped singing, but she's now standing. She's crying.
Is this Lilith crying? Come on, tell me your name, please. Tell Amy and Jane your name.
Didn't get that. It's.
Come on, tell them both your names so they
Lights.
can both say your name at the same time.
Twat.
Have you got a name?
Mine.
Tell me your name, please.
Icky. Icky. Pa.
Ikipa. Can you say the same word to Jane that you just said to Amy?
No.
Why not?
The floor's really vibrating around by me.
Come on, tell
Turn it
Jane
all
your name.
back.
2 years.
One of the ladies has just said, turn it all back.
Can't breathe.
What do you want us to turn back?
Are you affecting Amy now? Can you affect Jane the same?
Breathe.
They're trying to give me a box.
I'm sure Amy's fine. We have talked about this
box is a round
Oh
box.
my God.
It's been made from a tree stump.
Okay, Anne's
That's it.
going to go into Amy. She's
It's
getting a
got
bit
the note in it,
distressed.
but it's made. It's got the natural bark around it. Feels like it's about that big.
Amy?
Got the lid that opens.
You alright?
You just said that.
Can't breathe.
You get yourself out for it. Go and join Neil. I'll take over.
Can't walk. Okay.
You join Neil.
There's a man with a beard.
You okay? You want to go downstairs?
No.
No.
Sit off camera. Do you want to sit off camera?
I don't care. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm alright.
Okay.
Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay. What?
You'll have to describe what's happened later. Jane's got people in there as well.
Eh?
Jane's got people in there. You know.
He's a very old sock.
Oh, someone tapped me like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good for me.
Feel my hands.
Things are shaking. It's not like you.
No. It's not like I was scared. I just couldn't breathe.
Okay then. If there's someone who just affected Amy, can you affect Ant as well? And can you go and
He wants
affect
to walk with
Jane?
you.
That is a police car. Can you go and affect Jane?
I am.
Who are you? Tell me who you are. I'm not happy with you affecting Amy.
Science.
What was that? Do you want me to go and check?
Yeah, we'll check. Make sure Ben's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if the viewers just heard that really loud bang. Amy's just going to make sure Ben's okay in the studio.
Abort.
Yeah, you made Amy come out of the room. Go and affect Jane. Go and talk to Jane.
What name is it?
Is it Lilith? I want to talk to Lilith. I want to talk to Lilith.
Ben heard it as well. He come
Yeah.
out the room.
There was, I don't know if you heard that on the cameras, but there was a really loud bang somewhere in the building. It definitely was inside the building. Ben's just said it sounded like the stairs. The stairs are behind me and Amy, and they're separating us from the studio. Those that have been to the centre, they're the front stairs. Go and talk to Jane, please.
Keep it.
Go and talk to Jane. Show Jane what you look like.
Always bad.
She has a beautiful golden face.
Is this Lilith with Jane and somebody else with Ant now? Oh look, just after the bang we heard a female laugh.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant. Hi, thanks. Whoever said that. Go and talk to Jane.
I'll give it a couple more minutes and I'll take over the mount again.
I think we ought to do something different anyway.
I can hear a woman screaming.
That's good, because they heard a scream. That's great. I think if you run down to Ben, there's some dowsing rods
Okay.
on the side. Is that okay? We'll try the dowsing rods. Is that okay? You okay downstairs?
Of course I'm okay.
Don't fall.
I can fall.
As you can see, she's fine now.
Beautiful flowers everywhere.
I'll just say we have all of us discussed how long to let things go if things are happening.
Inside.
What's inside?
She has a beautiful white horse.
Is this Lilith with Jane?
Worldly, loving.
Be warned.
What do we need to be warned about? You tell me.
Run.
No, we're not running. I want to know your name. Go and tell Jane your name.
Feels like something just
Using
touched my shoulders.
diamonds and jewels.
What?
I went into the temple.
I want to go
Little-
back in
Little toolkit.
the little toolbox.
Sorry.
Lost.
Come on. You've been saying lots of things. Is this Lilith?
Snakes.
There's many stars.
Who's there with Jane? Who's there with Jane? Tell her your name.
Make it stop.
What do you want stopping? Tell me. No.
I want to go back in there.
Here's me.
Okay.
I've recovered enough. I think I'm going back in.
Okay.
Is he getting anything?
Yeah.
Are we going to see all the stars from the dawn of time?
Probably speaking old language, apparently. I'm going to take back over from him.
Okay, we're going to go back in. Amy wants to go back into the Chamber of Fear again.
Feels like something just wants to keep pulling me backwards.
Okay.
I had that as well. I kept feeling that someone wanted to pull me back.
Okay.
Show yourself.
There were just some knocks that Ben heard in the studio. What I think we're going to do is Amy wants to go back in the Chamber of Fear. So Amy's going to go back in there, and myself are going to go back into the sounds room, and we're going to take this Ouija board.
Right.
with us. We can only find one of my dowsing rods, which I don't know where they are. So excuse the camera work as we're moving. We're going to go reposition. You're going to bring Ant's
Yeah, I'll bring that.
pad in. So if you go and see to Ant
Yeah.
first,
That's it.
and send him into me and Jane.
Swapping back over.
You're better now.
Yeah.
Sorry, you didn't need to bring.
That's all right.
Jane,
Hello.
it's me.
Oh. Oh, I've been to some wonderful places.
You've been travelling. You okay, Ant?
Yeah.
I thought I'd turn my phone off, it's the alarm.
Friends, turn that off. I thought we had to take Amy out of Chamber of Fear.
Did you?
Yeah,
Why?
she can breathe.
Do you want to shout in my shirt?
No,
Oh.
She was a bit loud, but
you wouldn't have heard that.
Turn my phone off. No, I didn't. I could hear some people, but they weren't here.
So, okay,
Let me just turn this on.
what we're going to do then, I thought we'd do this Ouija board.
Is she alright?
Fresh.
Yes, she's fine. She wants to go back in. You know what she's like.
Let kiss.
Can I close the door, Ant?
Is she still doing it?
Yeah, she wants to go back in.
What?
So what we're going to do is put the camera on the Ouija board, and we'll have a go on that. Oh. Oh God, what's happening to that?
That's the
now?
one stuck outside. All the electrical stuff's going.
So
bit
everyone's
crazy.
against us.
No,
What the heck?
it doesn't want to play.
That's never happened before.
Puh, 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 puh. Can't understand what it's meant.
What the?
Puh, puh.
Excuse the camera work. Okay, we're going to have a go on the Ouija board, the three of us.
I feel a bit spaced out, to be honest.
So do I. actually.
Jane's obviously been flying around. You know what Jane's like.
Well, I wasn't here when I was over 80.
Okay then.
I don't know where I was.
Oh, sorry.
We're just going to take it around for a few times first. But did you see Lilith?
I'm not saying no. I
What?
might have done.
But you can't confirm it. Or
Well, it's
Chop.
it's. Oh, it's not my hands are cold. There was definitely some sort of energy.
Okay.
Illy.
Okay. Is there? Did Amy just say Lilith?
Illy.
yes.
Okay. Is there anyone here with us now who would like to communicate on this board?
Heats.
Would you like to communicate using this board?
Illy.
Board's a bit bent, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the one that.
What?
Woods.
Yeah.
I'm listening to. I'm going to listen to what she's saying because I don't want to say too much about what happened to me
Yeah.
because if it comes
It's-
out and she's saying similar things,
Yeah.
it'd be really interesting.
Okay, so it's saying yes. Someone's here. What's that noise?
The creaking.
Is that my
No.
shoe on
It's
the
not the
chair?
chair. I don't know. Can you tell us your name?
Cometh.
So do you
Hell.
think she's here now? then?
Egypts.
What did she just say?
You
No,
think-
myself. Egypt or Egyptian. Egypts or something. Don't know. Ahead.
LB.
Eretz.
I don't know what's spelling there. You-
LBK.
Didn't get that. Repeat.
So it comes to the sun. Is this a male?
Drake. Dragus. Drake.
No. Are you a
That's
female?
my stomach.
No, it might have been mine.
Iseth.
Yes.
Iggy.
Are you? So you're female. Can you confirm you're a lady? Okay, thank you. Thank you for talking to us.
Illy.
Were you just
Hey.
talking to Jane before.
Cans.
Were you just talking to me as well a few minutes ago?
What's that mean? Goodbye.
Just
Yeah.
gone. Party pooper.
Something I said.
Okay.
Mus.
Do you,
Don't know. That was.
Mus.
I mean, there doesn't. There doesn't feel like there's sort of a strong energy in the room, but it almost feels like the communication is coming direct.
Yeah.
So rather than sort of being in the room and interacting, it's sort of coming in direct.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it feels to me.
My right
So
leg.
the room does feel quite empty, but there is something sort of happening as such. But it does seem very sort of slow, very
Warm.
very slow, but very sort of methodical, and but it does seem to be very sort of
Yeah.
old. It does seem to be like a very old sort of spirit, but I feel it's more. There's more sort of an earthy
Something vibrating the floor or
energy to it.
the thing I'm sitting on. Mum. Rummus.
She seems to be coming out with lots of old sounding, not English words. You know what I mean?
See, I had a lady on this side, and she was shouting at me, and I couldn't hear what she was saying. Because I've got this guy Gary sort of here, and he was showing me this water tank and everything else, like, and then I've got this other guy Brian, and he just kept saying he's lost, he's not long past, and he's lost. So I'd sort of try and get them, but this lady in the background, she's sort of shouting, but then she starts singing. But I didn't recognise the song that she was singing. It was a very.
Was it? I think the only way I can describe it is if you listen to sort of really old folk music. Like
Yeah.
Songs
It was,
kind of,
but I couldn't actually hear the words. But then what I could see
I feel
was
something in here now.
I could then sort of hear next to her there was a woman crying. And when I said to the woman, I wanted to sort of show her if she's upset, show herself. She was then sitting on a log in the woods or in the forest. And then this other lady that was singing was sort of in a longish gown, but she couldn't stood round the back of her.
I don't think I'm alone in here.
But I could feel somebody here next to me.
Meats.
And then it did all seem very sort of that's because they were sort of wearing long clothes and stuff, so it wasn't anything modern. And then this chap,
I don't think
with
I'm
a
alone.
beard, he was giving me this box, and the box was actually made out of a tree stump about that big. It's got a solid bottom. Obviously they'd sort of cut the tree and scooped it on, but the outside of it was like bark still. When you opened it up, you could see the tree sort of rings inside. And it had a lid, but it had sort of like a red sort of material on the inside, but there was nothing in it.
More a sort of ceremonial kind of box.
Yeah. And then it was after that
Hurts.
Then there was this lady, the most beautiful lady with this like golden face, and she had this beautiful white horse, and it was all sort of it was just such a wonderful sort of thing. But it all seems very I'd probably say, yeah, perhaps ceremonial, pagan. Is that, you know,
Which obviously going by the day would make perfect sense.
Cornets.
what's that, Lilith? The lady with the golden face and the beautiful white horse.
Bad.
Was that her?
It wouldn't surprise me.
But it's very, very old. It's a very ancient sort of thing, but it's not. I didn't feel that she was sort of threatening or demonic. I felt more that sort of motherly, sort of Mother Nature type sort of
Yeah.
The
feeling.
Regis.
We heard a really loud bang.
Something's watching me. I can feel it.
I both ran out.
No. You were in the chamber of fear. Amy come into the war room with me and heard this loud bang. And Amy went downstairs and Ben had heard it. He was coming out. He said it was on the stairs.
Which stairs? Back
Yours?
The front stairs.
But I'm just still
Sky.
trying to sort of process all the different things that, you know, that I'll sort of see. And the flowers are the amount. There was this, you know, she was standing in this most amazing sort of little glade.
You can't
And
speak.
the colours of the flowers were just amazing.
But really, that's what Lilith would be, isn't it? She was the first woman on the planet. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Neil asked you, Jane, to describe what Lilith looked like.
It just-
And you said about the lady in the golden face. You'll see it in the playback.
Oh,
So I must have said it, and you said,
yeah. He said I could just. It's just absolutely amazing.
Floor
But
is really
she just-
vibrating.
I mean, she just. I could.
Feel it under my
She
feet.
feels like she is a goddess as such, you know. But it's not. She's not a demon.
and
I don't. If that.
Ben said he noticed that at the time. So Ben heard me say
Juts.
about Lilith, and you said that about that woman in the golden face.
Ah.
That's not bad, is it?
No, that's not bad going.
But she did seem to be like a mother, nurturing sort of, not somebody who was
Amy.
seducing men and murdering
This-
babies and stuff like
You know,
that.
we've done 3 now, and that's what we're finding, isn't it? It's, to me, it's just going along with what we've said for ages.
Yeah.
Rouse.
But every sort of religious order, if you like, from the Jewish faith, the Christian faith, the Catholics, they've all sort of demonized women for a long time. And even in the
Yeah.
Bible, some of the things it says about women, you know, that, you know, they should be bathing themselves, and, or, you know, if they're, it's a very patriarchal sort of
Juts.
thing, and it's,
Juts. Juts. What's that mean?
I just think this, you know, even now, even in modern day, it's not long. It's only a couple of years, isn't it, since they've allowed lady vicars into
Yeah.
the church, and it's a very male orientated thing, and it has been for years and years and years.
Machism.
What did she just say?
Magister.
Sounded like Manchester.
Oh, I wasn't sure if she'd said like
Hope.
Magister or something, 'cause that's the tree of life, isn't it, with the Norse?
Yeah.
Then what I'll do, just spend 5 minutes and we'll call out and ask him to do things to Amy, shall we?
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep feeling like someone's pulling me back, but not my physical body pulling back, as in
It
sort
feels
of my
very
soul.
connected through your, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel a physical thing.
No,
It feels very
Yeah,
much
it's almost like everything inside is just
Go.
trying to be pulled backwards. It's very nice, actually.
Okay,
board.
apparently Amy said juts about 4 times and Ben's googled it and he says it means extend out.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay then, is there anyone in the room with Amy now? Can you tell me your name, please? Tell me your name.
Hence.
So do you feel anybody with Amy in the Chamber of Fear now?
Getting
I don't
cold
feel
in here
like
now.
a presence like what we normally do. I feel that there's a sort of like I feel like there's a connection, but it's not like a human
Not
spirit.
here.
There's sort of, and that's how I felt. There was a connection, but it's not
Ins.
like a human spirit in the room with us. Lilith, if you showed yourself to me as a golden faced lady with the white horse, can you just ask Amy? Oh, she's took it all off. No, she's done. I was just going to ask her to ask her to say her name because she'd already said it a couple of times, didn't she?
No, it's just readjusting.
I don't think I'm getting much more now, so.
Okay. All right. Well, we've been on over an hour.
It's been very different though, completely different again from the other stuff that we use. So should we wait for Amy to come back in and we'll have a bit of a...
Amy, come back and we'll have a chat. You coming in, Amy? Oh, she's tangled. God, what's she doing?
I feel like I still feel a bit. I feel like I've been touched by space dust.
Yeah.
I feel a bit sort of.
Move over.
Okay then. So let's recap on the night.
Okay.
First of all, how are you now, Amy?
I feel okay now.
So, Ben's changing the shot. So, how did you feel that you had to come out of that room? I know we come out. I said to Anne, go and get her. You look very distressed.
I couldn't breathe. It was really weird.
Thing is, I felt exactly the same when I first took over.
I went all hot, and also I just couldn't. It's almost like I was being suffocated. It's like I was gasping for breath. It's really strange.
You'll have to walk back on that because it was.
Oh, well done. I shall watch it.
I also felt something do that on my shoulder as well, which was quite weird.
Did we not ask someone to touch them?
We did.
And at the back of my head as
the
well.
same thing as well. Almost a hand there, just sort of right there, then sort of slowly dragging it.
And I felt
back
like
up.
I was being pulled back as well.
I
So
thought you just said that. didn't
Yeah,
you?
Anne said that. That's good.
I'm still getting that though.
Yeah.
So, which seems to be a
I
good
was
thing.
I was physically shaking.
She was shaking, and you know she don't get dragged out anyway, does she?
No, well, he had to come and get me anyway. I wasn't leaving.
So, but you're perfectly fine
Yeah,
now.
I'm perfectly fine.
So do you think it's good night?
Yeah, when we're doing it again.
Yeah, I'm just still a bit. I need to watch
You
it
look
back.
a bit spaced out,
I
to
am.
be honest.
I feel like I've been, I say, like touched with stardust. I just.
That's the static though in your ears and that. You've been on. You did do the noise reduction module, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
have you
Because
done
it
that
messes
before?
mine.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Long
I
time
can't
ago.
remember. You know, Fraser. Was it a strange feeling not being able to see and hear?
No, not at all. Because a lot of time when I'm working with spirit, I sit with my eyes closed in the quiet anyway, so it didn't feel that different to me. It was quite nice actually because it meant I could relax more because I'm not concentrating on the silence and everything else. I could just be completely open-minded. And
I'll tell you what I did see though. Right, I haven't obviously I had my eye shields on and that lot, but I saw this pair of eyes, right, and they weren't black. They were like a blue glaze, like a midnight blue glaze. Right, so I don't know what that was.
Did you get the name Lilith?
I don't know.
We thought
heard you calling it
heard
out.
say
I thought
Lilith.
it was Ilith or Ilith. I don't know.
That's close enough, I think.
And some of the responses from both of you, from the questions we were asking, was quite good.
Really?
Especially the one, you've not heard this, have you?
No.
About the,
What?
woman,
What?
about the lady in the gold face. You tell Amy about that.
What's that?
So we were sort of in the woods.
Woods
And
kept coming up, but I kept saying wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said we'd listen to see if you come out with more of what I, but it was sort of in the woods, and this lady appeared, and she had this beautiful golden face, and she'd got lovely sort of hair. Her hair was like sunbeams. That's the only way I can describe it. It was sort of such a glowing sort of blonde. It was like sunbeams, and she had got this beautiful golden face, and this horse was absolutely magnificent. It was a white horse. It had got this sort of goldish mane, and she was standing in these flowers, in this like little glade, and the flowers were just absolutely amazing around her. And I think you just said, didn't you? Before that, you asked.
I didn't think about this when you described it, but Ben said, and I think it was Shell said, that just before Jane described this woman in the gold face, we asked for Lilith to show Jane what she looked like.
Wow.
Obviously, I can't remember.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
can't
I can't remember
Yeah.
that bit. We asked lots of questions, but it'd be pretty cool if that's the time.
I'm gonna have to draw it all when I get home.
Yeah.
But it's
Late
it's
night
been an
tonight.
amazing experience for me. I just feel absolutely blown away, and I feel like I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I feel so happy, and I feel so pleased, and I seeing her has just made me feel completely blown away. That's all I can say. It's quite overwhelming, actually.
So she's like blonde, golden hair. Because I always imagine her to have dark hair for some reason. I don't know why. So blonde hair, it's like, yeah.
But you said it was a bit like Mother Nature.
Yeah,
in nature.
and that's what I'm feeling now. This sort of overwhelming love, and this gratitude, and this just this sort of happiness, and this I say it's quite overwhelming. It really is, like, you've been, I don't want to say touched by God, but it's almost it's a bit like that. I feel that I have had quite a profound experience.
Now, do you think that was Lilith?
I'd like to say yes. But of course, I'm still trying to process it all. But it's, you see, this is all part of it, because we are so blinkered into just believing what we've been told. If she's this murderous killer of babies and this seducer of men, and she's just been portrayed like that.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Thought I was in
Where is
tonight.
But that's just, I just don't feel that that's how she's at all. I do feel that she's like a goddess, and I feel that she has this motherly sort of feeling, and I feel she's so powerful. This energy that she gives off is so powerful, and is this why men have always been so scared of her? Is this why she's just been portrayed as this demonic entity for all this time?
Yeah, we've gone about Mother Earth, because Lilith is Mother Earth.
Why not? She's
Because if you think about it, Lilith was the first woman
Mm.
on the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First woman on earth is going to be the mother of the earth, Mother Earth, isn't she?
yeah, but she was never allegedly supposed. She was never allowed to have her own children, apart from a frog. I think we said. Didn't we?
so
She was never allowed to have her own human children, and you know, instead they turned it round. Rather than being a nurturing, caring sort of person, they've sort of turned it round that she had this revenge and she went murdering babies and all sorts.
Yeah.
So it's I just
okay.
find it
But-
quite.
Next,
Well,
next.
couldn't she be something like mother of all people? Sort of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
I think when obviously I went and took over from you, I was pretty much lakeside. That's what I could, the only thing I could pick up.
Mm.
But it wasn't like a standard earthly lake. I can't really describe it.
Like a pool of sort of healing and stuff. Because I do feel that it's this connection is you know, looking after all things,
Mm.
looking after all the creatures, all the trees, all the plants.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Really is.
So, okay, the next thing is, if these are demons, they do try. Apparently, they do try and fool people. Are they just trying to fool us? I don't think they are, but what?
The feeling I've got right now, this sort of overwhelming sort of feeling of peace and if that's a demon, then I'm going to keep her, because if I could feel like this all the time, that'd be amazing. And you know, this is I feel that she's possibly, you know, you imagine if everybody went around with this sort of feeling rather than the hate and the revenge and the remorse and the guilt and the sadness and the shame and everything like that.
Mm.
You know, it would be a wonderful place.
Mm.
And is this why she's such a threat?
Mm.
If I don't believe, well, you know,
Well,
part
the
of the
people that
experiment.
smited her want you to believe something different anyway than what's. So who's actually the liars? The people that's smiting these demons, or the demons that are. Do you know what I mean? Because they say that demons are liars, but to me, it sounds like that the people that are smiting them are the demons.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Mm.
But you know, part of our experiment is after we've done this, after we've done the night, we always see how we all are,
How
like the 2
feel.
weeks after we've done it, and we record it. But so far, we haven't had, none of us have had any negative effects,
No,
none at
anything
all.
bad. You know,
None at all.
the only problems that we've had have been caused sort of by other people and what
Yes.
their beliefs and what's in their own head.
Yeah.
So,
So I think it's another successful night. Actually.
Yeah, I don't think we sort of got the answers we were looking for, but
No,
as a
but,
whole, I think it was quite successful.
but it
I
wouldn't give
think we've
us.
scratched the surface. I think we need to do more with Lilith.
oh God, yeah.
Definitely.
This is one of the things that we said, that she's in every religion, and she's still constant now after all this time. And is this why? Is this why she has such a strong presence? Because she, you know, is she Mother Nature?
Mm.
Is she what, you know, such a matriarchal figure in our lives, but we just don't realise it.
Mm. Fascinating. Isn't it?
Mm.
Okay, that's it.
You're looking for answers. You just get more questions.
We're getting loads of questions ever since we started. We're going to say sorry we couldn't get on Facebook. I don't know what's happened there on StreamYard. It just would not connect to Facebook. So I know Rick has made a comment about the box that you mentioned. He sent me a private message. I'll read it in a bit.
Oh, right, okay.
But he couldn't comment on the live feed. I will sort Facebook out because I want to go on the Facebook Demon Files page as well, but I can share it anyway. So it will be on the Facebook. It's been fascinating. Amy is fine. She's a normal self, unfortunately.
Irritating self.
It is fascinating. It's fascinating. I'm just getting in my head that Lilith is Mother Nature.
I'm just blown away. Just leave me here, and I'm just.
Jane's happy.
You're
Jane
doing
said,
your,
I just keep sending out the love.
you're doing your own vigil now, then, are you?
Yeah, leave me here till next
So-
week. I'll be fine.
So the Demon Files are returning in about 2 weeks' time. I don't know what nights it's going to be. Depends when I'm working because I have to go work. So it could be 2 weeks Saturday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll let you know. Next one is going to be Bale.
Yes.
Don't know anything about him, and the
No.
reason I said to change about Bale is because I had a dream about this name Bale. It kept coming to my head. Don't know why. So perhaps I ought to do something with him.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Nothing scary though.
Of course.
Maybe you should do the noise reduction module.
yeah.
In the dark on my own. Thanks.
Yes, it's going to be good fun. So,
So yeah.
yeah. So keep watching because we just each demon that we do, we just don't know what we're going to encounter or what's going to happen, and it's been fascinating so far.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Oh, we've done 2 lives and 1 recorded, and it's just proving. It's just going to show what we think is actually the way it's heading.
Yeah.
So we're going to say goodnight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. We've not seen them all, but I will watch it back. I'm sure Jane will watch it back, and these two will watch it back as well.
Definitely. We get back.
So now I'm going to ask Ben in the studio. Thanks for looking after the studio, and the camera works fantastic as it was last time. So that's it. We're going to say goodnight. So run the video. See you next time.
Bye.